Welcome to another episode of Malt Magic and More. We have just had an absolutely amazing session, and I'm only hoping that Samau isn't a method actor, otherwise he's going to be a mute dunce for the next month. It's mostly after the show.
Oh, no.
All of this because I've put my hand on a gash. That's all it took.
It always gets you into trouble, I've got to say.
What the fuck, Matt? What the fuck?
Right, how the fuck can a worm have an 8th level spell?
Yeah.
What?
Because it's a specific type of worm. So can I just point out, so there were two
Fucking a
wild
failure.
magic
Like,
events
this
tonight.
is weird shit here. Yeah,
There
it was
was two wild magic events
event.
tonight.
Yeah.
And both I've rolled for. So they were both random to an extent. The first one was a D4 roll, and you ended up with a wild magic storm. The second one was a D10. And I created the table myself, but it was basically alternating between good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. You hit on one of the worst. I rolled a 7.
You think?
And the minute I rolled it, went, fuck.
Do you know what?
You gotta do it, though.
We knew it was a wild magic event, but I couldn't work out how to get that Dargon knew that. We'd seen wild magic events, but everything was going a bit mental, and I just thought the only
That
connection he's
episode
got
was meant to be mental, though.
Yeah, and it was also just like the connection was to clouds over the Isle of the Dead, and was like, it's the only thing you can do in his like sleep state, and the fact that none of us got to have a sit down and chat about the bloody dreams.
And so that was my point for this episode. It was very much meant to be fast-paced, one thing after another, to not really give you guys chance to do anything, but just to introduce a load more stuff.
Yeah.
Because we've had some nice, even though we've had a lot of shit thrown at us, it's been sort of nicely paced out, so you can talk and do the stuff. We've not had a session where it was just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Just roll with the punches.
Also, can I say that Dargon hates Elvish guards, by the way? Just, they're fucking twats.
I can tell.
Kirik's not sure how he feels about them yet.
Well, no, really? No, I mean, to be fair,
Didn't understand a fucking word.
Dargon didn't obviously hear the last bit, which is fine, but it was more the fact that it was just like, look, hang on a minute, give us a hand, will you? But I'm sure that soon I'm going to hear it, from Danny, from Anda, and it will be the, well, fuck them then,
Well, yeah, because I was going to try and do it all cordially and approach it and be like, we're just coming to claim the land, we mean no harm, blah, blah, blah. And then you were like, I'm going to be shirty, actually. So let's kick off. But I think we'll be all right.
That's really interesting. That wasn't shirty. That was just, we're in a bit of
my friend is in danger. Yeah.
That's, so. But again, that's the way that the guards will take it. It's just like, yeah, don't believe you. You're weird.
I always try and Andrew will always try and charm guards though, because he's not good with police type figures. And Elvish. Oh, hang on. We haven't twigged. Are they the same Elvish guards that we found in the lighthouse?
Well, they are. Well, they probably are.
They must be, yeah.
I was going to say.
Yeah. I forgot
No,
about that.
I immediately knew that. Going, there's some sort of connection. I was like, they're not the Thieves Guild. They're the ones who are up against the Thieves Guild.
After
so again,
we
don't know that. Yeah.
I've also the main question we need to ask: what the fuck are we going to do with Kirik for a month?
Well, hopefully, in a city, there might be someone who can sort it. But
probably
I'm probably going to have to keep my mouth shut Otherwise, it's going to end up in the stockade.
Because my first thought was, I've got an elixir of health, but you actually need the heal spell, Greater Restoration, or the wish spell to break it.
Yeah. Greater Restoration was the one I was thinking of. And I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I thought this is clearly my bad knowledge on it. I thought you could understand us but not speak. But no, obviously I got that wrong. So you just don't understand at all.
There's this really I clocked it like at the end of the session when the guards were up. There's this really interesting thing happening with Kirik now because his intelligence is like -5, but his insight is still 18. Like his passive insight is still 18. So like he kind of like sees people being angry and stuff, but he doesn't really know what's happening. So it's like, because his wisdom stays where it is. So like he sees that people are angry, people are like, people are something. What it is.
Yeah, you could probably be tapping me on my shoulder, going, "Hey, the sort of your way of going. The guards are angry. Chill out."
In any intelligible
I can't
way.
communicate.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean. Just like you're just tapping. It's just like, yes, all right, fine. I'll get you in a minute.
It's like I inherently know what how people, if people are lying, but I can't actually vocalize that.
Seven sessions later, you're gonna be like, you do know that that guy just completely owned us back then. He was just like, what? I was the nicest guy in the world. He's like, no.
So you won't understand the sentence they're saying, but you'll know if it's bullshit.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. You would be able to read that they're telling porkies or something. Oh, that's really interesting.
Won't be able to tell anyone about it. I won't know what they're lying about, what they're doing. But
I realised in this battle as well that some of my most useful spells in terms of us ganging up on a big creature like that don't actually work because Crown of Madness and Hold Person, are good for the rest of the group. So if I paralyse the creature, obviously we can all fucking wail on it.
Yeah, but also Hold Person wouldn't have worked.
Because that's what I mean. They don't work because they only work on humanoid-shaped creatures.
And human-sized, isn't it? It won't work on giants.
I think it's humanoids.
Well, just as humanoid,
specifically humanoids.
Oh yeah, and giants are officially
Anything
different,
else
not
is
humans.
giant.
Yeah.
So that limits us against things like that, which is a shame.
Yeah, you need Hold Monster, which is something later on. Hold Creature, I think.
I was gonna
like a 5th level spell.
I think Hold Creature or Hold Monster might be. Yeah.
I was going to do
5th level spell.
Suggestion, and I never get to use suggestion because it never fucking works either, even when I try and use it, and just get it to go away. I was just going to tell it to go to the Black City, right? But
so that would have been a what saving throw?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
It's got a +8 to its wisdom.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have fucking worked anyway, and it would have had advantage because it's missed magical resistance. But the reason I did it because then Bothrid put Moonbeam on it because the spell ends as soon as it takes damage. So it had moved, had to do the save. Well, on its turn, it had to do the save for Moonbeam. If it had failed, it took the damage and the spell would have ended anyway, so it would have been a waste. So all the spells I thought were really cool, I never get to use them. When I chose them.
But you did use an inspiration point really well this time. That was a very, very good thing to do.
Unsettling Words,
Unsettling Word was really good. Making it smaller was again a fantastic idea because that would have that was very, very good indeed.
But then again, -1d4 when it was making 40 damage.
Anything that's 10%.
Every bit counts. Yeah.
You are. When it reduces.
Penalty for its hit points or anything like that.
So when it reduces, everything it's holding, its weight is reduced to 1/8 normal. Its size is halved. Anything it's holding also reduces. So the only thing, it doesn't get any less HP or anything. It's literally only the saving throws and the deals less damage.
Yeah, it's just the size thing then. Okay, interesting.
Because I suppose it still have the same constitution. It's just smaller, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want to know what would have happened if Dargon had not saved his strength saving throw?
Yeah.
Although
You would have been like
swallowed,
engulfed or something. Yeah, swallowed.
You're frozen.
Yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me at the beginning of the session as well. It's really weird.
And also, it happened to me with mine.
It happened to you, yeah.
Right, so either something's up with VMix or something's up with the internet, and I think it could be both. In all seriousness,
That's a good photo of Matt, though. That's a good.
Oh, I got a classic on my phone because I had the stream up, and it had paused because it was loading. It was loading the stream, and it got a classic photo which I took a screenshot of. So I'll have to send that in later.
Nice.
So, what would have
you'd
happened
been
if I'd have
inside the
failed it?
creature.
Yeah, I think I would have been swallowed.
Failed. You would have been swallowed. You would have been blinded, restrained, would have had total cover, but you also would have taken 10d6 acid damage at the start of each of the creature's turns.
That other would have been two turns and less, because what you can do isn't it? You can attack it and force it to regurgitate you, but that has to happen from inside, and it has to be that it fails.
If the creature is
like a concentration check
damage or more in a single turn.
Yeah.
So 30
40
damage
damage.
in a single turn.
Oh, 30.
30.
Jesus, still.
It would have need to make a con saving throw at the end of that turn, or regurgitate all swallowed creatures.
Which it had a +8 or 6 on Constitution.
Its con was +5.
Oh, okay. I mean I don't think I can do 30 points in one round. Is that from anyone or from inside?
Yes, you can. That's
I think you can.
on a single turn, and you can definitely do more than 30 damage
Of course you
on a
can.
single turn.
Oh yeah, I suppose. I keep doing it per attack, and I'm like, I keep forgetting that I can actually do
Per turn.
because I'm doing the calculations and making sure I'm doing my thing right. I never count how much damage I actually do in a round, which I know I should do because I feel like I don't do a lot of hits, but I know that it does rack up when you're doing them.
Now Samal's not going to be talking for the next month, so he can just jot down all the statistics.
I actually started doing that, but then after whatever happened, I was like, no.
The intelligence went, and it was it.
But also, my action surge was useless, and I've got to remember to
What
save
would
it.
have
I've got to remember to save it.
If you had done Thunderwave inside the creature after he swallowed you.
Oh, that's really interesting point, because it's force movement. So it would have had to have saved, and it probably would have saved. But if it had failed, it's in every direction though. So I don't see how it would have.
Because you couldn't throw it 10 feet, could you?
It emanates from you, so you would have moved inside it.
You would have moved with it, yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's a good one, but yeah, it's one of those ones of going. I mean, although I think, doing something hilarious like sword burst when you're inside it would be hilarious. But
so just as an example,
are you restrained, or is it just disadvantage on attack rolls?
Blinded and restrained.
So restrained is something different. That is very difficult on. So
restrained is disadvantage on attack rolls. Yeah, every attack roll is disadvantage.
So it is what I thought it was. Yeah.
So just to think of a weird mechanic, just to try and make our brains hurt. If it swallowed me, and I did dissonant whispers, and it had to get far away from me as it could, if it failed to save.
Oh, that's a good one.
How would that work?
Yeah.
Would it have to spit me up
I
and
would
then
do
run
in
away?
that instance.
You'd have to spit me up and run away, wouldn't it?
Well, either that, or I would make it do some sort of check to see if it goes mad.
Nice.
Madness exists in D&D as well.
Yeah.
So I would see if it suffers a point of madness or something like that.
It's really cool.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
The thing I should have done, which was really stupid, and then hindsight is 2020, is that I should have used my inspiration on the counterspell, not on the intelligence roll.
Yeah, I did think that after the fact as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but I panicked. I had feeble mind, and I panicked.
I was about to say we all panicked. I mean, we're like, no.
Because intelligence saving throw, I have intelligence saving throw. I've got +0. For counterspell, I have +5. So I should have done that.
Well,
Would
I
you roll
had
a
to
5?
read what Feeble Mind was before I panicked, so I was a bit delayed on
Oh
that
no,
one.
I'd seen it used a couple of times and I panicked immediately.
And it sounds
It
bad.
is brilliant if you use it against your enemy. Right?
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's
Absolutely
shit
brilliant.
when it's used on you.
Yeah, basically just like everything. I think, yeah.
So I know you keep asking me for a beholder as well. It was in the table today.
Oh fuck!
I just didn't roll it.
I'd rather
I'm
that
not
at
asking
this
you
point,
for a
to be
beholder
honest.
at all.
Yeah.
Samau is asking you for a beholder.
Well, not now.
Right. The only thing
For the next 30 days.
the only thing that you go a beholder's, you've got to be. It's a very interesting point. If you're in the cone
The
of
anti-magic cone in front of
the
it.
anti-magic cone in front of it.
150-foot cone.
It also can't attack you with any of its other eye stalks. So its greatest sort of thing against you. So I would just have a sword and I wouldn't be able to cast anything, but I would also be safe from all the other shit it was throwing at you. And
But also, all your magic items don't work.
no, they don't work.
Nothing like so your shield wouldn't work.
So nothing
Your
like that works.
armor
But
wouldn't work.
Yeah.
but it also means you don't get hit by whatever that disintegration ray it has or something.
Does that
Right.
even include
True.
things like mithril plate armor? Is that a magic armor?
So the bonus that you would have got from that.
So
just
if
goes
it
back to
being a
the
+2
base
would just
type
be
of armor.
base.
So I'd have basically had disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah. So but
No,
again,
so it's still mithril. It's still the material. It's just the magical effect. So if it's like
So-
a +2 to your AC,
Yeah.
it goes down to being whatever the base of that type of armor would be.
So basically, you guys want to stay out of it and in cover, and I want to be in its anti-magic cone, smacking the crap out of its face, right? And that then you might be alright, but it's still fucking dangerous.
So your cloak of darkness wouldn't work, Danny. Your
No.
rapiers would just become normal rapiers.
Yeah, I mean, have my
Your
bow and arrow
arrows
just be
would
a bow
go
and
to be
arrow.
just being normal arrows. Your bow would be shite.
So you plus 1 and +2 weapons and +3 weapons if you ever get one. You know, you'd have to make sure to take that off the roll because they
hang
would
on.
be doing it.
Would my pin of constitution have not worked as well, and I'd have had less HP?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, fucking hell.
All magic items fucked.
I've got a lot of green and purple and orange and blue items, you know.
We all have.
Yeah.
There's only 3 of us.
Yep.
Would my fireballs have worked?
Nope.
Nope.
Absolutely nothing. You could have thrown them, but if they went in, then they would have just disappeared.
Just a pearl.
Yeah.
Just a pebble.
Yeah. Ding.
Just in its eye. Just
Oh,
1 point of damage.
so does that mean my bag of holding would have stopped working?
Well, see, that's the really interesting one when you think about it. It's like basically it would just become a bag, hopefully, and not just spill out all its
Really
guts.
fucking heavy bag because it's full of so much stuff.
No, that was the thing.
That's
It just,
pocket dimension.
the pocket dimension would just disappear temporarily from you
Yeah.
being able to collect and get to it. That's what I would
Yeah,
hope would
because-
be the ruling on it.
So it would become a bag, but there'd be fuck all in it.
Yeah. Yeah, because... Yeah.
What happens if
because
What happens if
yeah.
you're in an anti-magic cone and you put something in the bag? Where does it go afterwards?
Just this... Yeah. No one will ever know.
So we just have to make sure we're behind Kirik when he does the counterspell thing.
Well, as I say, it's a racial trait of a beholder, so I don't think you can counterspell or dispel magic on a anti-magic cone,
Nope.
even if you are to one side. So, yeah.
Can't counterspell his eyes either because it's an attack.
Ju-
they
yeah,
have. It's not a spell.
it just happens.
Ability as
So,
opposed to a spell.
So I just need to be really far away.
yes, very far away, and you have to have
Or
good.
I can-
good
Or
You'd
walking
better be
around.
in a different continent, to be
I was
honest.
about to say, or you know, and seriously, well, actually, your decks would be amazing because it's the evasion stuff again on like the disintegration and the other things that just blast the crap out of walls
So-
and everything. Just
Well,
not
if
good.
I'd made it my sworn enemy, I could be 600 feet away from it and still hit it.
Yeah, then you want to be that far
Jesus.
away.
I don't even know if I could see that far. But actually, thank you, Matt, for actually giving me the chance to make a deck save.
Hey! Do you know? Also, I sound really annoyed. It's a new spell, so I forgot to use it. I could have used in the first round when we all got splashed with acid the absorb elements, and I could have taken it down by 1d6, and I could have used it against him on the next turn. I'm sure he would have had resistance. Doesn't matter. It still would have done some damage.
It's slightly more than that. You would have gained
no resistances.
Gained resistance.
Yes. Sorry. That was it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, I would take the 1d6 and be able to use it later, but I also would have had resistance against it, and therefore would have taken half that I took. So that is why I was annoyed. Yes, you're absolutely right. I would have taken the grand total, was it 10 or 11 points of acid damage out of the 40 or something that would have been coming out. So I am gonna have to remember that. But this is the first time we've really come up against anything with acid or fire or anything that I've had absorb elements. Because even the dragon was poison.
Really...
It was poison.
Yeah.
So and I looked at absorb elements and went, fuck. So yeah, but anyway, lesson learned, and I'll use it next time.
Also.
Do we want to know?
I've just realised.
I was going to say that I really want to know what it was. Are you going to tell us? But
right, I'll let Danny go.
We fucked off without everyone else and went to River's End.
Yes, because your guardian told us to bugger off that way, and also we have a Kirik who can do fuck all. So let's go and get him better.
Alive. I'm happy I'm alive.
Things.
But we spent all that time getting Vraco back.
Yes, with my +1 strength.
And yeah. Where the fuck is Vraco?
I have a theory. I think they went to the Feywild.
You went what, through a different dimension?
Yeah.
Yep.
They are floating around in the Feywild above the Forest of Fey. And
yep.
Yeah.
I think that's where it crashed. That's the thing Kirik would have said at. That's the thing Kirik would have said at the end of the combat, but he is in the Feywild as well at this point, just admiring the pretty colours.
Fairyland, yeah.
Oh dear.
So who was Earthworm Jim?
It's a Neothelid? Bear with me.
Hell is that?
Neothelid. There you go.
Neothelid. Nice.
Neothelid.
I'm guessing out of the new book of monsters that you got quite recently?
No.
Oh, is it?
No.
It's original.
That is from Volo's Guide to Monsters. Page 181.
I knew I shouldn't have given you that fucking book for Christmas.
Neothelid. It can sense creatures within a mile of it that has an intelligence score of 4 or higher.
Yep.
Wow. Holy... What the hell is that
So basically, Kirik would have been undetectable at that point.
Right. There's that. Neothelid. Oh my god.
It does look like the thing from Stranger Things, actually.
Yeah.
It looks awful.
Good lord.
Strength, +8.
Well, it's got 27 strength score. Its dex is shite because it's massive.
Bloody hell.
Its intelligence is pretty piss poor as well.
I told you I should have fireballed it. No, don't waste them.
Well, yeah, it's one creature. The area of effect, boy.
Look
if it's bigger than Dagon, I'm chucking a fireball.
Look at them hit points. Ooh.
Fuck me.
I've really got to look back and see what kind of damage I do, because I've got
quick though.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what though, if we were playing XP,
Feltag's level 7.
He did some good.
Feltag was just wailing on it.
Yeah.
If we were playing XP rather than milestone character advancement, we'd have got some fucking right XP for killing that.
Yeah, challenge rating of 13.
Yeah, but that's split between the 5 of you.
Still, that's pretty good.
Oh. You always have to steal it.
Oh, you did. Oh, yeah. So you didn't pick confusion or telekinesis. You decided to go straight for the feeble mind. Also, didn't want to levitate either of us. By the way, I was so tempted until I realised that levitate was 10 minutes to levitate Kirik behind me the whole way home.
Having used Feeble Mind, I was then going to levitate Kirik, but because it couldn't sense him at that point.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but Kirik went in and dealt like
a lot of damage.
Like 59 damage. Like,
hence it turned and went, "Well, fuck you then."
Yeah, it was the primary target. Like I fully understood. Like when the creature turned to me, I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah, you took you took about a sixth of its damage,
thought.
Straight away.
The exact thought that went through Kirik's mind as just this.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So essentially, next week we just need a cardboard cutout of Samao, and then that'll be his contribution.
Yeah, we'll see.
Wow.
Nah, we'll fix it.
Maybe I'll roll a new character just for fun.
Elves. Actually, yeah, we'll just kill him.
Don't kill him.
Run through the blade.
Well, you've been as much use as you can. Thunk.
He wouldn't want to be like this.
Neutral of the party.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, yeah. Just
elves though. Elves have some healing shit happening, wouldn't they? They'll have a powerful person in there.
Don't worry. I will persuade them to help us. It'll be absolutely fine.
Oh yeah.
If I fail, Bothrid will have a go.
I'll go last.
Yeah.
With my powers of persuasion.
Yeah. You stay back there. I'll teach you a trick or two. Do you know what? I honestly thought that we were going to be having like a big debate about do we go back? Do we get these vampires? Do we just kill them? Do we give them an ultimatum? Get out or die, sort of thing. All this type of stuff that was still there, and also it was like, are they going to ambush us at some point? Do we ambush them to get? Who's going to do what? Are we going to? Are we going to jump the gun and try and get them, or are they going to eventually get us? Are they, are they all just going to gang up on us?
So, when you was describing the vampires, when you did the recap at the start of the Nylon episode, you said the guy who took us to the Court of Shadows was an elven-looking man with long blonde hair. Did he look?
Yep.
Is he elven-like because vampires have pointy ears? Or elven-like because he is an elf that's been turned into a vampire?
This particular type of vampire does have slightly pointed ears.
Oh, okay. Because I was running with the theory that we've already got the tiefling, who we reckon is the blender's husband. Is the pointy-eared guy somebody's relative from this elf place? But that's gone. It's out the window.
So, a little sort of reading between the lines thing here is, if we can actually get the elves of Riversend to actually like us, maybe we try and make an ally for the first time in 7 months instead of an enemy.
That's probably why you should not do the talking.
I'll do it absolutely fine, Andrew. It's totally good. I'll handle this. To whom it may concern.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, we'll find out what the land is first.
Well, by the sounds of it, it's an inside joke,
isn't it?
Yeah, the land's a shithole. It's in the slums.
Just leave Kirik there. We'll be fine.
It's one of those what are they called, the spite houses, where it's like a tiny slither next to another house just because they wanted the space.
Yeah, we'll just put Kirik on a rocking chair in the middle of it and just leave him.
Honestly, just give Dargon a cigar and let you do the talking. Because seriously, I'm just like.
I reckon I could charm them.
Yeah, but the second you actually try and magically charm them, we're in trouble.
No, I mean, as in
College of Eloquence.
I have advantage on persuasion checks if I'm pretending to be someone else, so I can pretend not to be me, I suppose.
Yeah. You got disguise self again.
Right for a landowner. I don't have that as one of my spells.
I was thinking
now.
it'd be cool. You could go, "Don't worry, this is a disguise," and then turn yourself Elvish. That'd have been really cool if you could.
I think speaking Elvish is a good start.
That's a good start, yeah.
And then we'll see how it goes.
Just don't go,
I'll tell
hey,
you
my
what I
mate's
can
the
do.
Dark Eladrin, suddenly like, "Shing."
If push comes to shove, I'll tell them. I know where a buyer is because obviously there's a warrant out for his arrest.
Do we really know where he is?
No, I ain't got a fucking clue.
Can't really follow
I don't
through on
know
that
that.
one pretty much, can you? We know where he is. Where? Don't know.
I'll tell them he's gone to Eastvale because that's a friendly place, so they can go there and look for him.
Or did it get changed its name to as well?
It went from Greenvale to
Eastvale.
That was it.
and it's far enough away, so
Mr. Hodge,
it'd
paying
would be
attention?
long gone before they realised. It sinks in, Matt. It sinks in.
It's getting well. There's to be fair, I've thrown a lot of history and lore at you these past few weeks, so
I've got a lot of scribbles from those three dreams. To be fair.
Oh, that's it. Let's talk about the dreams.
Oh man.
So I went to Atlantis and I saw Girth.
You did.
Girth.
I think it's under Lake Esamir, and I think that is where Feltag came from or has some sort of connection to.
Because SMA used to be a place, yeah.
Yeah. I went to the Black City outside into the deserts, and
That was my fault as well.
and the nuke that went off was, I think, Thor landing. Timaeal landing. I think. Which
I also think that with Anders' dream, is the Aladdin's face at the end means that he was responsible for whatever happened in the Sunken City or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that might check out because the Eladrin, I realised the Eladrin killed my dad in another vision. Or the vision I see of a creature killing a crowned man was the Eladrin.
And also, I don't know whether this is just good naming on Matt's part, but also if Sorrow Falls is Sorrow Falls, right? It just happens to be also where the water's coming from that is filling the lake of Esamir. Then did that water, set out and cover the city, and that's why it's a sorrowful thing.
Do you reckon your dream though was what's happening now, or was yours a look into the past or to the future? We don't know.
I would say from all the dreams and history shit that we've heard about, there was big battles between angels and let's just call it angels and demons, right? And there were big fights, and I would say that I think that is in the past.
Okay, because that's me misunderstanding you then. Because when you said Timaeal landed, I thought you meant from when he shot up out of Ironforge.
Oh no, sorry, yeah, no, I mean in the first battle when he came down to smite some shit. He would have come down to to lead the armies of the angels against the Black City, and him landing or setting, he's basically, he's the most powerful there. That again, this is all conjecture because we don't really know much of what was happening. We don't know what Timaeal was really like. We know he was also corrupted. So was he corrupted with whoever this long black-haired, skin of blood with horns and a tail? Was he corrupted by again some sort of demon there to then eventually be turned and actually kill one of the brothers?
So, do you think it wouldn't be one of the brother kings? Because obviously one of the brother kings resided over the evil bit, didn't he?
Over Black City, yeah.
So would that have been him?
I don't know because we also do know. Well, no, because we do know I'm sure we know which one Timaeal murdered. So it could have been that one.
Because we know it's in a.
But we also know that also whatever devil creature is on the walls here was smiling, almost had glee on the face. Now whether that's just because it was a good battle, they thought they were going to win it, or that they were plotting the fact that the angels turning up was part of their plan. No idea. But all interesting possibilities. Then, the really interesting one, and I did miss a couple bits because I think it might have been as I switched, my screen froze. I can't remember. And that was your dream, Kirik, about Greenflower and what happened afterwards.
Yeah, Greenflower, Greenflower lush green, wind picks up, undead arrive, buildings obliterated, children become zombies. And then the concerning thing, black wave of undead sweeping over the land.
Yeah, but my other interesting one was I thought I heard something about 2 cities. So was that the 2 cities on the island? Or did I completely
I think that's like as I was like zooming out.
Yeah.
I saw like a village, 2 villages, 2 cities, and then eventually I see the whole of
the whole island.
Island.
Now, was that the undead brown was going from Greenflower east into the island, or was it actually creeping over the sea?
That's what I
understood.
I understood that it was coming like into Nyland, like passing the water.
Yeah.
Because it checks out because when Kirik we used clairvoyance on the Greenflower.
They were all.
I saw the line of zombies just like Game of Thrones style, like, just waiting.
The interesting thing there is, you could talk about the fact that we could have had a past, present, and future dream. Yours being present, Kirik. I don't know which one's the other ones. Or they've all happened in the past, at which point Greenflower is repeated. So either you
mine would be future, because I was seeing the undead like marching over the land. I followed your line of thought of like, but I thought Ander would have been.
I think future. No, I'm going to say future because we don't. From the stories, mine sounds like what happened in the past.
Yeah, but mine would have to be the present then, because it's presently underwater.
Yes. Oh shit! Of course. So yes, it wouldn't have been underwater before.
Yeah, so that would be yours would be present. Then
a fish person.
Yours is future, mine is past.
Yours is past. Yeah, that checks out.
That actually checks out. And if Matt didn't think that, then he's miraculously managed to make it that it actually sounds like.
He's thought, fucking hell, that's a good idea.
He's like, that's a brilliant idea. Hang on a minute, I'm going to change all my law because that's quite good actually.
That's the life of a DM, is literally listening and being like, oh yeah, shit, that's better than what I have planned. So.
There's also a bit of your dream where the shaman, you see his face and then you end up with a sword in you. You end up with a sword in your belly in your dream. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's relevant to anything.
I had so many things I wanted to like talk about once we got a fucking second. I couldn't, because I started writing like when when Dagon was talking in the beginning. I was like, hang on, like what the fuck's happening? And like it was when you left and Kirik was talking to Ander, and Kirik was like, we have no clue of what the Aladdin wants. What we did get was some information from the vampires, and I was like, I just wrote like Aladdin, like, why does he want vampires other than I'm evil, I want evil things to come to me, which could just be that. We actually don't know why he needs us, and why does he need the prophecy?
Yeah,
like we need to know what the prophecy is so that we can figure out what the hell's going on. And then I just wrote, does he want Zephaniah? Like, is that something you'd be interested in? Which, yes, it's a dragon, so yeah, of course he wants it.
That really does bring me around to a really interesting point, and I know that it would be one that would be quite interesting because of a lot of people's, character backgrounds of not wanting to do this, but about actually trying to turn Zephaniah to our side. Because I potentially have a connection. When it festers, come find me.
Yeah.
And if we may find and put in the fact that all the werebears that were werebears, right? I may be looking into this way too much, but their alignment is an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
So that would just be something that you go, maybe it's not as clear cut as you think it might be.
Yep.
So maybe We
What
should
if it's
try it.
what if it's like he's trying to like corner everything? So like he's got green flower right to the east,
Yeah.
and he's just gonna march everything west. He's got the vampires at the south, just gonna march north. We have no clue what's happening in the Black City. Like,
but very likely and all the stuff that we've heard, and it was definitely pre-stream, was it is where all the bad people live. So it's just generally unlaw and order. If there is a raid on a town, it's because there were some bandits that came from Black City. So
it's the Wild West.
It is. So you've got that, and if it is also zapping
and then zapping it to the north.
Well, there's no way, even if Dagon and Kirik would want an undead companion.
No.
No, but the interesting... No.
Kirik's like earliest moment, he's got to be like...
Yeah, you can have one whilst I have one intelligence.
Yeah,
exactly. The other thing, we've got a really weird pet. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very, very interesting.
That's the one spell. That's the one spell. Every time I'm choosing spells, I'm like, animate dead? Nope. Continue.
Also, I've been trying to work out going back or going up against the vampires again the second time, hopefully with a little bit more time to read up, so that Dagon knows as much as I do. There will be a call into Tim AL for a particularly, sentient object. Until then, I can't really see why I would expect anything. And you wouldn't. Don't even know whether it's going to happen anyway.
Uncanny.
Sorry.
To be fair, though, right?
I just had a major deja vu moment. That was uncanny.
To be fair, though, right? Although they know of the Eladrin and potentially in league with the Eladrin, they have already given us an out. If we defeat the Darakul and they go home, they won't be a factor anymore.
Yeah, but they want you, right? They don't want that deal anymore. They don't want to go home. They want you, right? They aren't going back anymore.
Also, do we really trust their word? Really?
Yeah.
Just deal with these guys, and then we'll totally go back.
Could you just go through the weird portal of death and help us out? I'm sure you'll be fine. We couldn't solve it, but I'm sure 4 of you can do what 14 of us can't.
Can you just go through the portal and deal with the thing that's actually stopping us from doing evil stuff?
Yeah.
No. I think I'm good. I think I'll keep you here where I can cast daylight or something.
Yeah.
We're going to have to keep an eye on the weather, because if it becomes overly cloudy and dark all of the time, they could potentially leave the island.
Should we keep Tortle near us at all times then?
It's definitely a hero in a half shell right now.
I hope you got that reference when I did it earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, how fewer hit points has he got? 12?
He literally, if he'd not been resistant to lightning damage,
he was out.
He'd probably have been royally fucked. Because they
is he a Tempest Cleric?
Have a long rest.
Or a Tempest Sorcerer?
He's a Storm Sorcerer.
Tempest Cleric.
Oh.
What?
No, sorry. Bralan's a Tempest Cleric. Hedam's the Storm Sorcerer.
And Gore has a Storm Aura.
if he's the sorcerer, he's not.
So Gore is a Path of the Storm Herald Barbarian. Storm Herald, yeah,
nice.
Storm Herald Barbarian. So yeah, you've got Bralan, who's Tempest Cleric. Let's look at the list. You've got Charlie, who's a Water Genasi. Just why not?
Yeah.
Who else is on the ship? Hedam, Storm Sorcerer. Geo is a monk.
Four
Mordred
elements.
is an aquatic.
Way of the Long Death, isn't she?
The Long Death.
Oh, it's the Long Death. The Long Death guy, yeah. Cool.
So
We always
Mordred
forget that. We ask it every
is
week,
a
I
Monster
think.
Slayer Ranger, but is an aquatic half-elf.
Nice.
And then you've got Feltag. Oh, you've got Karstan as well, who is
Dead. Did he die?
Gunslinger.
Did we say
No,
No.
almost.
Very, very nearly.
And then Feldtag is just this weird Warforged motherfucker.
Warforged, do they have a class?
It's got a class, yeah.
They go like sub races.
There's a
They
fighter.
go sub races. Oh yeah, class. Yeah. Champion fighter. Ooh.
Champion fighter.
He crits at 19s.
Oh.
The champion fighter.
And I was one away from a crit today.
Oh.
118. So yeah, some interesting characters on that ship. They're all not particularly high level though. You've far surpassed them now. I think when you met them originally, you were equal.
Yeah, we were equal at level 7s, and now, we're level 10s, they're all level 7s.
Is Fright, is Johannes also a ranger? He's not, is he? He has a staff.
Johannes is a monk, I believe. No, sorry, he's a fighter / arcane archer.
Ooh.
There we go.
So
Nice.
yeah, arcane archer ranger. So he's a ranger.
They're cool.
Remind us
Cool
what
as well.
Vraco's cleric thing is.
Isn't Arcane Archer a fighter?
Let's just go through the whole fucking lot. He's another Tempest Domain cleric.
Tempest Domain cleric. Still
Or
can't
was.
remember what god he, prays to. Can't believe that.
Probably Melora.
Arcane Archer is a fighter
Oh,
class,
Lord.
not a ranger class.
Yep.
Yeah,
He might be a fighter ranger,
he's
which
a
is
fighter ranger.
pretty good. Yeah, if you're doing
That
Arcane
sounds like
Archer,
a really
it's
shit
pretty good.
superhero show from the 90s. Fighter Rangers!
Oh,
Go,
yeah.
go, Fighter Rangers!
No copyright here at all.
Well, no, I
Nope.
said Fighter Rangers. It's the B-movie version on the Sci-Fi
Yeah.
Channel.
Fighter Rangers.
Fighter ranger.
Oh dear.
So next week will be
Fucking
fun.
Oh my goodness me. Yeah. It's one
What
of those
could
ones of
possibly
with sort of foreshadowing. I sincerely hope we don't end up in any fights, because that means we'll be doing our job very badly.
Also, without Kirik as well, we've got to be careful. Because he's the ace up the sleeve, isn't he?
Yep.
But I feel like Matt got his revenge tonight because we really fucked up his plan last week about what we did at the end of the episode. So he's like, right, here's
Don't feel like
Curveball
you fucked
episode,
my plans
guys.
up at all. With those sorts of moves, those are the sort of things that make DMs very happy.
Also, no, I know it was only one creature, I know it was a bad creature, and I know that it could have gone very badly for me. But we still haven't really ended up that any of us are particularly bloodied. Yet.
We're not bloodied. We're fucking
He's
useless though.
retarded.
Some of us.
Yeah, but that we can recover from.
Worse, I could have thrown a
Dead,
swarm
not
of
so
intellect
much.
devourers at you.
Yeah, it's like,
I
you know,
am
great.
full health,
One
my
attack
friend.
of an intellect
I am
devour,
fine.
and I'm dead.
yeah. I was about to
And
say,
someone takes over my body. Lovely.
so yeah, let's fingers
Right.
crossed we can get old Kirit back. It'll be good.
We need to see if River's End has a Raven Queen temple. They might be able to help him. Raven Queen might be
I
able
didn't want
help
to
him.
say it, but I'm glad someone did.
Yes, you're right, because we did actually. Yeah, there are all the temples out there.
What's the only place that doesn't have one, though? There is a place that doesn't have one.
Green. Why
If
do I think
River's
it's
End,
green
I'm gonna
flower?
be livid.
Kirik hasn't told you, so I'm not going to tell you.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
I was going to say, and
Cock and
actually,
balls.
interestingly, yeah, we don't actually know that there are loads around there. We know that you've got a book about it, but that's it. We wouldn't know where they are.
I mean, it's not like I'm going to resist you taking my book away, the book that I can't read.
Kirik, do you want the book? Do you want the
dear.
book? Do you want the book? Do you want the book? Do you want the book?
It's just
tell
feels
you what,
like
I'm just
zombie
gonna-
just going.
this is a great time for me to rummage through your bag and see what I want.
Yeah, it's
Oh
great.
my!
It's great
Oh
though.
my God! Thank God you got rid of the sword.
because you could just pull that out to start hacking at things. But then, but the thing is though,
no
you've got to make a
intelligence
deal
to
with
resist
it.
it at all.
Yeah.
No, but I made a deal with it. I had to accept it knowingly. You wouldn't have been able to do that. 'Cause you
No,
wouldn't
but
be able to comprehend
what I mean is the fact that you just said rummage through his his pockets and his bags, right? And you would have found it again, and God knows what would have happened.
Yep.
So that is what I mean about the fact that if and when you go rummaging through his pockets, right, at least you ain't going to find an evil sword in there. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's true. Would it have worked the second time?
Who knows?
Interesting.
So I've just gone. As soon as
The power was great, and the power was great.
it was great. Although I was really shit at killing people
Strong enough
with it,
to
it was
resist the
great.
second time.
Can you resist the second time?
We've shown some character development. This time, he doesn't take it. This time, he doesn't take the deal.
That'd be interesting, yeah. Because actually, you are fearful of the swords, though, aren't you, Ander? So yeah, that'd be an interesting one.
I try not to use them. I like to stay far away from things now and shoot them from a distance, for sure.
It's working well for you. It's
The
working
only
well.
time I used my flame tongue rapier is when it was dark, but I've got my goggles now. I've got my Dragon Slayer rapier, which is very handy.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to get
Especially
to
if
the
we go
stage where I
against
think you guys are going to have to start
Zappaneer.
selling magic items.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Ander will never let that happen. That's never going to be a thing.
Bag
I
of
don't
holding,
know if I
bag
need.
of holding.
I don't know if I need my swords. Do I need my swords?
like I've said to you guys before, I'd be really interested to actually, see whether Dargon down the road could get a great axe or something that would actually mean he wouldn't be able to use his shield, but would be able to pull that out on occasion. And maybe he,
pull it out like it's coming out of your pocket. This fucking thing's massive.
well, yeah, but but also maybe that with the great axe, that only uses it in hybrid form or something. That it becomes a particular weapon like that. I don't know.
I suppose then with my swords, I can run up, stab, and disengage straight off, so I don't have to hang about.
Yeah. I just
Which is like a cowardly way of being a stabber, isn't it?
Another thing I wanted to ask was, what was the save DC on that Feeble Mind spell?
18.
I was never gonna roll that.
That was 18. Go with?
I should have just rolled counterspell with advantage. Counterspell has
sorry,
not
DC
worked
16.
once for me. Still, I've got +0, so I've got -5 now.
yeah.
So I technically can't save.
that's
The highest I can roll is unless
unless a natural 20.
You get 15.
natural 20 is a success automatic, I think.
I think so.
Natural 20 is an instant success.
Yeah.
But yeah, the highest I can roll without that 20 is a 14.
14.
Oh dear.
Someone has to Greater Restoration, heal, or wish for it.
We're gonna have to find out. Have to work it out. Well,
You wanna know the really annoying thing? I have Greater Restoration prepared.
I knew you would. And there's me, and again, I was thinking lesser restoration. No, that wouldn't do it. It's got to be
No.
I was going to say
greater.
I could
I've
use
got-
my suggestion spell to make you do it, but you can't. You have to understand.
I can't
what I'm
cast
saying for it to
spells.
work.
Can't cast spells. Can't understand.
cast spells either.
Can't understand what he's saying.
There is literally 3 things that can fix his condition.
Yeah.
Well, 4 technically, but one's a bit more permanent.
Somebody will have the heal spell.
That I tell you what, that'd be really interesting. What happened if you had someone with feeble minds and you killed them and then brought them back to life? What would happen?
You'd bring back.
It's not like you guys have got
somebody
Revivify either, so it's not like...
Can anybody do anything that brings people back from the dead?
Stab him, then go, right, how do we bring him back?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Bothrid might.
Bothrid would later on, in his druid
Yeah,
stuff.
is Revivify also a druid spell?
I can't remember. It's either Revivify or Raise
Druid
Dead.
spell.
I know that druids get
It's-
something, and I think they might even get that most powerful one, the one that you can use after, in between 100 years.
Like through resurrection or whatever it is.
Yeah, Resurrection.
Or it's just resurrection. I think it's resurrection.
Revivify
I don't know if
can
Pocket
be
has
used
got
by
third
clerics,
level.
paladins, life domains, celestials, grave domain, artificer, or circle of wildfire. And
Circle of Wildfire is
He's
Druid,
not-
is it?
Yeah, but he's
Yes,
several
but
of
he's
them.
not.
Oh, no, but at least, yes, it is Druids who can.
so
You
he
said
could if
Celestial,
there
as in
was
Celestial
some-
Warlock.
What was I saying? Sorry.
Yeah, it might be. Or Wild Souls. Not Wild Soul.
The Celestial Warlock.
So,
That's level
so-
3.
stat. You
Oh,
can
so
have
what-
it, Dave, just level up.
Would I get one next time? Oh, sweet.
Oh, it's third level spell slot. No. I
Oh,
don't know
third
if
level
you-
Third level spell, yeah. So
Not third level Warlock.
No, third level
Okay.
spell slot.
So when would I get my third
Which
levels
I-
then?
I think level 5? Level 5.
But I wouldn't have any. So that has nothing to do with being a level 10 now.
no.
No,
That's
no,
the
level 5 Warlock. Yeah.
Right. Do I get
Which
when do
your
I get
level-
when,
your
when do I
level
get third level
2.
spells in Eldritch Fighter? If I do.
Level 5 as well, I think.
Level
Oh no, that your Eldritch Fighter is a half caster, so it must be level 10, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be 2 levels time on Fighter, and what 3 levels on Warlock then. So I'm a way off before third
Eldritch
levels.
Knight. So your third level spells come in at 13th level.
13, so Eldritch Fighter is a quarter caster then.
Because
that's
you can choose that at third level. That's when you choose your martial art.
3 plus, yeah, plus your
Makes
half,
sense.
yeah.
Makes sense,
that does
makes
make
sense.
doesn't it? Yeah, it is a really
Paladins-
interesting one. The
Paladins will get
Eldritch
level
Fighter,
10.
yeah. It is a good one because it's sort of a fighter wizard, isn't it? But as you say, half caster, so you can
Effectively, yeah.
yeah, it's wizard
It's the
spells.
same as-
Sorry, it's wizard spells. That's how I've
Yeah.
made that connection there.
It's the same as what's it called? Is that what Ender is? A rogue that can cast
Arcane
spells.
Trickster.
Trickster. that's
Arcane
it.
Trickster. Yeah.
Yeah. That's also a quarter caster.
Although I am toying with the idea of at some point, if the role play allows or the situation arises, going through some form of metamorphosis and being a different rogue subclass.
Nice.
We can discuss it. Tasha's is there.
But-
Allows that mechanic.
Yeah, thanks to Tasha, but Mage Hand is bloody handy.
Ever
And it's
since
invisible.
you
Mage
guys
Hand's a
were
barbarian,
talking
can't you?
You are? Yeah,
Mage Hand's a
but with
barbarian.
the Arcane Trickster makes it invisible. It's an invisible
Yeah.
Mage Hand,
Yeah.
What were you
which is
thinking
very handy.
to change it for?
It would either have to be, if I'm on a path of knowledge and discovery, Inquisitive? No, Assassin. Assassin's good.
I was gonna say the ability to sneak up on someone and do an
Because-
auto crit and kill them is just
Well, Assassin's good, I suppose, because I've got the actor feat as well. It leads into the imposter stuff you can do as an assassin with your disguise kit.
Just the ability to be able to, if you hit them, which is very likely on things like that,
Just
you
a
will
crit.
you will crit and be able to do your full sneak attack damage and whatever else damage and just double every dice roll. You are gonna take that. Anything with 50-60 points lower, you're taking them out. That's it, done before a fight starts.
17th
I would
level
lose
Death
quite a bit,
Strike,
though.
That's always good fun.
Yeah.
I'd lose Mage Hand, Minor Illusion, my True Strike cantrips, and then spell-wise, it'd be Ice Knife, Ray of Sickness, and Witch Bolt, and Blur,
And
and Hold Person.
if I actually
That's pretty good.
If I actually changed my moved away from Eldritch Knight, I would lose quite a lot of spell slots, wouldn't I? 'Cause I'm getting quite a lot of them from that. Because Warlocks get like no spell slots at all, do they?
1 to 3.
Yeah, you know, and it's just ridiculous. So that's why actually it's like, as much as it could be cool to move over to like some sort of other type of fighter and keep a few spells because I'm a Warlock.
It's more about pact magic with Warlocks.
Yeah.
And what pacts you take.
And I
and
obviously know that
slots.
also what Warlocks do rely heavily on their cantrips, and they can be fucking powerful when they are. Like actually that one. No, it wasn't that one. But even
Eldritch
my guiding
Blast.
bolt. Yes, but my Eldritch Blast. 1d10 at the moment. But that is 2 beams. So yeah, you can still do 20 points of damage on a cantrip. That's just incredible. I suppose 40 if you critted on it. On both of them. Unlikely, but it's, you know, that's like, it's a cantrip. So, yeah.
Yeah, my cantrip is 2d4. Vicious Mockery. But then they do get disadvantage on the next roll, so.
Yeah. But to be fair, Guiding Bolt is pretty legendary as well, and that was actually quite a good smack earlier. I like that kind of worked.
So actually, I don't want to move away from Arcane Trickster because I've got 9 spell slots and I'd lose loads of those.
Yeah, I've suddenly and annoyingly, I burned through my second level ones far too quickly. I've only got 2 of them, and I just always end up using them quickly.
I'm in the annoying spot where I've got 2 third level spell slots, but I can't learn any third level spells yet.
Oh man, that's rubbish. Oh right. That's an evening. That is definitely an evening.
Indeed.
Let's press some buttons over here and see what happens. Thank you ever so much for joining in for another Malt, Magic and More. Please do feel free to follow our socials. Find us on Instagram and Twitter. Find us on YouTube as well. Hopefully you have enjoyed these videos, whether you're watching them on Twitch live or whether you're finding them on YouTube later on. You can also find our main episodes on podcast form, and we are definitely looking into the possibility of getting these Malt, Magic and Mores on there as well. So in the future, if you are listening to this, then we have managed to do it. So thank you very much for joining in. I hope you've had a lovely evening, and I hope you enjoy the ride with us. Good night.